We focus on the heart of the GLP-1 community. Real people, real stories, and the fight for affordable access. By listening, you are supporting our advocacy efforts to make these life-changing medications accessible to everyone who needs them. This isn't just a podcast, it's a movement. Welcome to the GLP-1 Collective.
Welcome to the GLP-1 Collective podcast. My name is Amanda Bonello, and this podcast supports a charitable nonprofit dedicated to advocating for affordable access to GLP-1 medications, normalizing their use through community-driven storytelling, and empowering individuals through support groups and educational tools. Visit glp1collective.org for more information. We're sitting down with the movement motivation community's most motivating member. Dana Greene is the most motivating force you will ever meet. She is not just leading by example, she's outpacing, uplifting, and pushing everyone to be their best. Whether she's dancing through chores or leaving everyone in the dust at the gym, she inspires us all to show up and keep doing our best. I know that you will find her just as inspiring as I do. Well, I am so incredibly grateful for you joining me. Your story sounds amazing. You've been probably the most motivating person that I've met online so far. I am so grateful for you. I did work out today. I did record it, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to post it. I'm not sure if I'll have the time, but it's because of you. You really keep the movement motivation going.
I try. It's so important.
Now let me hear this. Okay, so you were giving your grandmother her insulin injections?
Yes,
Oh my gosh.
at the age of 6,
Wow.
you had to rotate, you have to rotate spots. So I learned at the age of 6 how to give an injection. For me, growing up with diabetes was normal. My grandmother's, my mother, and so I just never thought anything of it. And when I was pregnant in 1986, I had gestational diabetes, and it never went away. The highest I was a 14, A1C of a 14. Where my journey really began was when my mother had 2 strokes just in 2017. And that was when I weighed the most after I had hysterectomy, only leaving one ovary. I found out I had PCOS, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, whole 9 yards, and diabetic. No one wanted to treat me then in 2017.
Wow.
I took charge of my life. I took charge of my health. I got new doctors. I got an endocrinologist. I got a nutritionist. I got a holistic doctor. I started research. I went down a rabbit hole of research. Dr. Seeds, Tina Moore, Huberman Labs. I've been all over the board. My doctor then in 2020 asked me about if I wanted to take something called tirzepatide. I said, okay, if this is going to be something that's going to help with the sugar, because I couldn't get it down, I'll give it a try. And she at the time had said, there's some issues with this, a lot of GI issues. You can get constipation, you can get diarrhea, you might get fatigued, you might get this. So I had it. I had it in my refrigerator. And I was going down a rabbit hole of research about this tirzepatide, which my box said Mounjaro. So I was confused. And I'm like, she said tirzepatide, but I have this box of Mounjaro. So I researched everything. I went to the store. I bought Miralax. I bought Dramamine. I bought electrolytes. Started researching the proper electrolytes. Got protein shakes, found one I like. I love Fairlife. I'm sorry, I gotta do the chocolate Fairlife tastes like chocolate nuts to me. So
Would you believe I've never tried it?
you have to try a Fairlife chocolate. It tastes like chocolate milk. You don't even know you're getting that 30 grams of protein. And I started going to the gym every day, joined Planet Fitness. I have what is called my bonus son, who used to call me mom at work. He got me going to Planet Fitness. I have never looked back. I consistently research. I follow the FDA. I follow everything. What scares me the most about it and what troubles me the most about the GLP-1s. I don't like seeing people think that this is a magic carpet ride to lose weight. Obesity is a problem. It is a disease like diabetes is. I'm afraid for people that I see on Reddit that I'm reading about that are doing trizepatide and retatrutide at the same time. That I think should be an awareness to it. You shouldn't do that. Obesity needs to be realized that it is a disease and it needs to be what you're doing, what this community is doing, bringing it forward. People, even way back, my grandmother, the last thing she said to me in hospice was, child, because she always called me child, just promise me you won't get fat. She was a very large woman and she had obesity issues that weren't addressed. I hear one of her doctors tell her, you're obese. Not once. My mother, in all her tribulations, never did I hear a doctor tell her when I would take her, you need to lose some weight. Let's talk to a nutritionist. Let's talk to, never. I think we've come a long way. I think the GLP-1 community has come a long way in recognizing that this is something that we need to address. We need to support one another. We need to help one another. We need to be there. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to have those bad days. We're going to eat. We're not supposed to. It's okay. It's okay. Not shameful. Hard to take a lifetime of eating one way. I'm a weird one. I do my Mounjaro for my sugar on a Monday. I'm the only person I know that takes it on a Monday.
I do it on a Tuesday.
Do Tuesday.
Isn't that weird? It's a weird day.
Weird day, but I do it because the efficacy of it, and I have the app Shotzi, the efficacy of it is strongest the first 4 days. I want my weekends, if I want to have a biscuit, I'm gonna have a biscuit and gravy.
Yes.
If I want that cheeseburger, I'm gonna have that cheeseburger on the weekend, you know? It's just easier for me to do it that way. And the side effects, the fatigue really got me. I went down a rabbit hole of peptide, lipo shots to see if B12 would help. That really didn't seem to. I want to say to this community, and the men included in this, get a metabolic panel when you go to your doctor or a wellness clinic. See where you are. Get your baseline, where your vitamins are, where your minerals are, where everything that we consume. And as we age, we lose a lot of those things.
Oh, yeah.
Where I found in my research and having this panel done was my NAD was very low.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't, my B12 was sky high because I was doing lipo C shots with my trizepatide, but my B12 was through the roof. When they did this panel, they found that my NAD level was very low and my free testosterone was very low. So I started on NAD plus injection, started out 10 units twice a week, built my NAD back up.
Wow.
Fatigue is not hitting me anymore like it did before, and I'm getting better sleep.
Amazing.
Yeah, still have insomnia, but I'm getting deeper sleep according to my Fitbit. I want to commend the community, what they're doing, and I was so glad I found you on TikTok. It was amazing. I listened to the stories. I followed everybody that you tagged and followed the doctor. And just, I love hearing the advocacy for people that sometimes feel like they don't have a voice. Some people don't want to talk about it. Some people are ashamed, and they shouldn't be, especially my generation, the X generation. We just didn't talk about it. I think it's a wonderful thing that you're doing. I'm so glad to be a part of it. What I want to say the most to anybody that's listening, after watching my mother go through 2 strokes, she didn't want to move. She didn't want to walk the halls. She didn't want to do a QB. She didn't want to move. Movement, even if it's making the bed, laundry, doing the dishes, but add a twist to it. Start to dance a little bit, play the music, get your playlist going, play the music, and it makes housework so much more fun
So much more.
when you're dancing to it. And that's what I used to dance when I was a kid. Dance has always been a part of my life. Everybody laughs when my father and I go places because we'll go into a bar and music will be playing, and my dad will just go in and we'll just start dancing as we come in the door. You have to make it fun. And I think that's really important. I want to give a big shout out, if I can, to Trey.
Aw.
Been having a bad week, and I really needed him today to tell me to get up, to move, and to go. And I did. I did it from work, one of the other girls. And I said, no, I got to get out of this funk. I've got to do this, do a duet. And I think that's so important that everybody knows you got to move.
I want to say I saw that clip from Trey.
Yeah.
It was amazing. He is so funny. And I just want to save every single one of his clips, do a video over it with his audio in the background because they've got replay value.
Oh, they do.
Eventually, he will go viral. Everyone is going to be using his audio in their videos.
Exactly. Exactly. He is wonderful. This community, I like I said, I can't commend you enough for what you're doing, the support that I personally can give. I've gotten several others to follow along and openly talk about the problems and the affordability problems. Problem with them not being affordable. There's another scary problem with this. It's the gray. I just want people to be careful when they're doing this. Compound pharmacies with the 503As and the 503Bs, and then there's the gray, and you become a scientist in your kitchen. And it's a very dangerous path to take. And I do blame Big Pharma. I do blame the problems that we have with our healthcare system. I'm hoping that through your efforts, through our efforts,
Ours.
that we can bring awareness and acknowledgement that somebody has to do something about this, because there are these drugs available to people that can help them, because it's not an exaggeration and it's not bull honky, as I heard somebody say. The food noise goes away. The taste for things change.
Big time.
Big time. I used to love pizza. Love it.
Reese's.
Reese's, yeah. I ate a piece of pizza like 3 months in and physically got sick. I was nauseated. Nausea was never something that I had with it, ever. So when I started eating certain foods, I started getting nausea. And I'm like, oh, I don't like that anymore. I don't want that anymore. Your binge stops. I was a hot fudge sundae girl every night in the summer. I mean, just hot fudge sundae. The sugar cravings were just there so bad.
I was just talking to a real person. I don't know if you know a real person on TikTok.
Yes,
I
yes.
love him. He's great.
He's great.
We were talking about how food noise is really like the boogeyman. Sorry, that's my dog.
Oh, that's okay. I love puppies.
Food noise is like the boogeyman. I feel that most of us can probably relate in that the food noise is gone when you start to feel it creeping back up. Even if some people, if you're just like hungry, you can mistake that for it. It's so scary thinking like, oh, it's coming back. You know what I mean? You never know when it's going to show itself. And it's just terrifying to conceive of not having this medication because affordable access is taken away. You have to go back to living with this boogeyman you didn't even know you lived with to begin with. It's like they've been exposed and now you know they're there and you just desperately want to do something about it. I'm glad you brought up the gray market because I am on Reddit. That was actually the first place that I went to when I started the petition. And so many people said, I would say the majority of Reddit was not supportive. Almost every single one of them said, just go gray. I was like, look, guys, I'm not judging you. I understand the desperation and the inaffordability, but It's not safe. And if you're okay with that, fine. But everyone else, the thousands of other people in the world who want to be safe, those people need an option. You're absolutely right that people are getting pushed into a corner. And I have been seeing it blow up even more where people are like, okay, I guess I'm doing it. I guess I'm going gray because it's the only option that I have now. That is really sad. It's really sad.
It's very sad. The worst part of it is what you don't see and what they don't show you on Reddit is 60 people have died. 60 from bad compounds
Really?
and mixtures of compounds. 60 people in the past 2 years. You can go to the FDA.gov and you can go to, and I'll be happy to send you the links. I follow it, adverse reactions. There's a report that you can run that shows adverse reactions. It's a very large report. It goes into a zip file and then you just have to filter and sort it. I filtered and sorted death,
Mm,
went through, then found the article. That's when I really got worried about body dysmorphia for people. I'm not going to stand up here and I'm going to be totally transparent. I had a total knee replacement. I was doing very well on my journal since 2020. Doctor never felt, because my A1C leveled out to a 5.2, never felt we needed to go past the 7.5. She wanted to just keep me there as long as that stayed at 5.2, 5.4, we'll just stay there. I had a knee replacement in 2023 in November. I'm the type person that cannot take narcotics. I get violently ill if I eat on narcotics. For a month of being on narcotics from a knee replacement, I didn't eat anything. It was everything my husband could do to get a protein shake down me or some soup because I don't like to vomit. And he knows that. He knew that going in. He goes, "Oh, you're going to be fun, me trying to get you to eat during this." I wasn't taking the shot, obviously, then because you have surgery, you can't take the shot. But I didn't want to eat because I was on the narcotic. When I went off of it, I had lost more weight than I had anticipated losing. I'm currently trying to put some weight on. I'm trying to get some weight on because I'm taking this. It's making it difficult, but I'm eating more substance, protein, and stuff like that. I just want to tell people to be careful.
yeah.
I see people on Reddit. I see people on TikTok. I've been on it for 2 weeks and I've only lost 4 pounds. That's healthy. Please understand that these GLPs are a tool to use and not a magic pill. You're not going to lose 50 pounds. You probably could. I don't know.
It
Maybe
wouldn't be healthy.
in a month, but it's not going to be healthy. You have to do it healthy. You have to change your lifestyle and you have to be committed to it. You have to hydrate. So important.
Oh my gosh, hydration is so important. Cannot stress that enough.
Yeah, you have to half your body weight a day. You have to get at least that. You have to watch your electrolytes, your vitamins, your minerals, all of it. It changes everything. I like cooking now more than I did before. I'm Polish. My maiden name's Jablonski. So I, make stuffed cabbage and pierogi and glumki, kielbasa and kraut, So now I find healthy ways to make it and it's just as good. And it's fun cooking again and throwing twists in it. The other thing that I really want to share with you and the community is I recently had a scare with my kidney
Um,
and I'm seeing a nephrologist. My numbers were way off. Never, 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 never work out before you go get blood work. Do not give blood work or urine after a workout.
okay.
That threw the first test off. So the second test, she asked me, by any chance, did you go to the gym before you gave blood? And I said, well, yeah, it was open before the lab was. And no, we have to do this again. Body changes its mode. Your adrenaline, your electrolytes, your balances all are in,
They're ramped up.
yeah, they're ramped up and you're geeked up. So the second still had high creatine and high protein. I went, oh my gosh, I come home, I look at my Fairlife. No, there's not a lot of creatine in that. But I looked at my pre-workout that I was taking in the morning before I worked out.
Oh,
It had creatine in it.
wow.
I found a pre-workout that doesn't have the creatine that I use now, but it was a scare and she just wants to keep a watch on it. So it's very important, especially for women. Women and creatine, it can fluctuate a lot. So you want to make sure that you're getting a good balance. It's the same with the protein. Too much protein is bad for your kidneys. So you have to find that balance to make sure that you're taking care of your insides as well as your outside.
Actually, I wanted to say you brought up Lipo C
Yeah,
and B12 shots. Was that the Lipo C with the B12 or were they separate?
they were separate. They were separate. I tried the B12 first. I wasn't getting anything. I was going to a wellness clinic here in Michigan. I was getting a B12 injection once a month, and I wasn't seeing any difference. Then I was on TikTok, and one of the clinics, the wellness clinics that I follow, was talking about Lipo C, and it provides energy and whatnot. So I went through them and got Lipo C, and they come from a 503A and a 503B pharmacy. And any wellness clinic that anybody goes to, I really would tell people find out what pharmacy they're with, check their pharmacy. There's also a website on the government to make sure they haven't been sent a letter. You can go on the FDA website and you can look up the pharmacies, and there's links that you can look and see if they've been issued any warnings or if there's been any problems of compromised or sanitary things. So when I knew the clinic and got the clinic name, the pharmacy name, I looked it up right away and okay, this is good and no marks against them. So okay, I'll do this because I am terrified of injecting anything bad.
Yeah.
You know, very, very cautious. And I do my due diligence and I vet clinics and I vet. But the Lipo C, it seemed to give me some energy, but I still have that afternoon slag, that afternoon petering out. And I was blaming it on my insomnia too. I gave that up. And then I found out about the metabolic testing. And I thought, okay, I'm going to go get this it was $300. Also, I think that should be more affordable. I think that should be covered by insurance
Absolutely. Yeah.
to have that panel done because it tells you your A, your B, your C, your D, your K2, your D3, it tells you everything.
And the reason why I brought it back up is because I was on Reddit and I saw someone talking about how they almost died from a B12 overdose because they were using B12 shots and their B12 was through the roof. They said that they thought that when you had too much B12, you would just pee it out. And I actually thought the same thing, but apparently you can overdo it on your body enough that it can become life-threatening. Like you said, balance in all things. If you overdo it on water, you can die. So it's not surprising, but it was surprising.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I had always been taught. And that's what my doctors had always said, your urine is that golden color. It's just expelling the vitamins that you don't need. Well, that's not true. I was the perfect case for that. My it was very, very high. Not a danger level, but it was in the high zone. And so I just, okay, I don't need B. The wellness was like, no, don't take B. Then you're trying to find vitamins out there, minerals and supplements that don't have it, and you can't. I like the liquid vitamins,
Me too.
but I look and I'm like, oh, great, this has got like 1,000 milligrams or micrograms of B12 in it. And so I'm like, all right, maybe if I take only a teaspoon of it as opposed to 2 tablespoons, maybe if I just take a teaspoon to get what I need out of it.
That's what I do.
Yeah. So that's what I do is I take a teaspoon and right now my bees are back to like a good, I mean, they're still up there, but they're better. That was what we found out was the NAD plus. And over 40, our NAD goes down. And so it's one of the things that I like about this metabolic test that I got from the wellness clinic is it goes that deep into every mineral and every vitamin and supplement that your body needs, and it tells you.
Amazing.
Yeah, so they are expensive though. They're like $300 to $400 depending on how far you go. I want to start a coalition on making the testing more affordable as well. Believe it or not, sitting in the wellness clinic, they have obesity testing,
Really?
genetic testing
Oh, wow.
for obesity tendencies. There is a test, much like the test I went through for like my cholesterol. They couldn't figure out why I lost weight. I exercise, I eat right, but my cholesterol levels were still high. My cardiologist couldn't figure it out. He goes, "Okay, I'm gonna do this test. We're gonna test you. I think if this is genetic." Sure enough, even though
Wow.
my cholesterol is not sky high, it's still high, even though I don't eat bad and I exercise and I do everything right. I'm going to be on a cholesterol injection every 6 months
Wow.
because I can't take statins. Yeah, it's genetic. I was listening and I got to talking to one of the PAs there, and I said, "Really, there's a test, there's some testing for genetic obesity?" She goes, "Yes, actually, there is some key markers in blood work that can see a propensity for obesity. It's best when they have like a mother and a child there to compare to, or family members there to compare to see this marker. They're working on it." And she says they're hoping that within the next couple of years, they're going to be able to nail it.
Wow. I know when I did a 23andMe,
Yeah,
it did say that I had a propensity for being overweight. It did see that. So I thought that was interesting.
it is. They have some marker now, but from what I'm understanding from the wellness clinic is they're hoping in the next few years to really be able to hone in on what exactly that looks like, what exactly that is. I hope they can come up with, I think they've already come up with the GLPs. And for me and for my doctor in 2020, Monjourno was just released to prescribe it. So we didn't know what it's become today. It was a welcome side effect. It's not one of the ones she mentioned in the office. She's like, you might get vomiting, you might get upset stomach, you might get diarrhea, you might get constipation, you might get headaches, you might get this, that. Never did she mention to me in 2020 that you're going to lose weight. So 6 months later, she's like, we started hearing about it more. And the Ozempic and the Wegovy and the Zepbound, and it just blew up. I was upset too, and I bite my tongue on TikTok because there's people going out there, you're stealing the medications from the diabetics. I'm diabetic. No, you're not. Wegovy wasn't for me. Zepbound wasn't for me. Same drug, but that wasn't what they would give me. The Mounjaro is what they gave me. Same drug, same premise, but they didn't give out the Mounjaro to replace the Zepbound. Funny story, there was a shortage. I go to pick it up. They did give me the Zepbound instead of the Mounjaro because they had the Zepbound and they didn't have the Mounjaro. And I'm like, what is this? She goes, well, we're giving you one box of this because we're out of that. And I said, but that's not my, and that's how I found out about Zepbound. She goes, it's the same thing.
Just relabeled.
Yeah, it's just a different market. It's a weight loss market instead of a diabetic market. And I truly like some of the things I'm seeing. I'm HR office manager and I work with benefits. I'm happy to say that I was able to get these covered for our people,
Oh, wow.
prescriptions covered. I sat in with the board, I sat in with the benefits manager and the PBM, and we were able to get them covered
Wow.
for diabetes. At least that was a start. I could get it covered for the diabetics. I'm working on this year that I can get them to approve it for weight loss because they're approving gastric bypass.
Really?
Yeah, they're approving gastric bypass. They're including the sleeve.
Wow.
My argument going in is, do you want to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for these surgeries or $1,000 for a medication that could possibly help?
Also, they miss work for that. And you don't miss work for this medication.
Right. You're not offering FMLA for that. I'm putting my argument together right now. I'm working with one of the lawyers I used to work with. We're putting together the argument to proceed this year to try to convince, because we're self-funded, our company's insurance is self-funded. So we're working on this argument to approach them to try to get it covered, the Zepbound and the Wegovy, for our people that are overweight. There's a lot to be said for these medications to be affordable, because you'll start to see the health issues. For me, I don't take high blood pressure medication anymore. I'm not on insulin. I don't have to worry about any of my medications, my arthritis medication. My arthritis is gone.
Nice.
I mean, it's completely changed my life. It has made me want to live life to the fullest and to help anybody along this journey, because there are times that you just don't want to. You don't want to, there's the body dysmorphia, I don't think ever goes away. For me, my body dysmorphia went from being heavy to, oh my God, my stretch marks that I always knew were there just seem more pronounced to me now. My husband yells at me about it, like, I don't know what you're seeing. They're not as bad as you think they are. I don't think the body dysmorphia ever goes away, but everybody is beautiful on the inside, and that resonates on the outside. I just want everybody to believe in their beauty and in their kindness and in their goodness, and that there are people that support them. We're here for them, to help them any way we can. And I just applaud what you're doing in trying to help the entire community, because it needs a voice, and you have a strong voice and a great backing. I know that this can get done.
Me too. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. You've been such an angel in the community, just motivating everyone and right now making me feel amazing.
You should feel amazing. What you're doing for people is, it needs to be commended. We need to speak more to you. What you're trying to accomplish is difficult in and of itself, and you always have a smile on your face when you're trying to do it. You're not letting these people bully you, and you're not letting these people get to you, and you're giving comments the benefit of the doubt. You're stronger than I am. I would have fired back a couple times. I'm almost gotten to the point with you, when if I see a bad comment, I say, I'm gonna go get my girl. I'm gonna go protect my girl. Because don't you be doing this to her, because she's trying to help people.
Oh,
And I commend you for that. And your disposition with it is just wonderful.
you give me too much credit.
No, no, I don't think I do. I don't think I do.
I wouldn't be able to get anything done without the support of everyone that's been signing the petition, coming on the podcast, you coming on the podcast, keeping me motivated. Before I found TikTok, it was rough. It was really rough to stay motivated. I don't have that problem anymore because of people like you. So thank you so much. You don't realize how important everything that you say and do for everyone in the community is. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
You can never know.
We try, all of the ladies, we keep each other going. Trey keeps us going. We have to keep each other motivated, and it's okay to have a bad day. I'm sure you've seen on TikTok, people are having a bad day, and we support that bad day. Go ahead and have that bad day, but we're not going to let you have back-to-back bad days. We're going to be checking on you to make sure. One of the girls, Michelle, right now, she's recovering. So I duetted her. She has a vibration plate and she has a foot problem. I said, I've heard if you put your calves on there, it helps, with loosening the muscles and helping. So she did it. She was putting her feet on it. So I go, okay, I got to jump on my
Aw.
plate with her and do it with her and duet it with her, because it gives her motivation and it gives her hope that she's going to get better. Even when I'm not feeling it, I'm going to do it, especially when I see somebody struggling with the day.
Yeah.
Today I was having a really bad day, and Trey came in there, swooped in there, and I was just like, all right, I gotta do this. All right. Because I gotta do this. Anything you need, always reach out to us.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Anything we can do, and where we can find you, and where we can spread the word, and how we can spread the word. I didn't find anything on Facebook.
I keep getting banned. I tried to change my married name and it banned that account. And I think it thought that I was making a fake account. And then I tried to make a business account and it banned that. And I think it was thinking that I was trying to evade the ban. So then I tried to make another one with a different email, different phone number, and it banned that one too. So I'm just like, okay, I emailed them. Facebook did not get back to me.
Oh, that's crazy.
I need to be on Facebook too, but I have not had any luck.
Well, don't forget Lemon 8 too. A lot of people go over to Lemon 8 because they just don't know where we're going to go with TikTok. So they started that Lemon 8. Get on there too. I shared something to Lemon 8 the one day just to get it in there so that I can try to feed it through that avenue too. Just keep being the wonderful person that you are.
You too. Seriously.
I'll try.
I want to tell you, I did plank today. I saw your video when I woke up.
Did you?
I did, and I timed it for a minute to make sure that I was doing it, and I just incorporated it with my workout.
Awesome.
I did the 20 lunges. I incorporated that too, and I tried to do the wall sit from that one video a long time ago.
Right.
That I was like, I don't know if I can stitch this because it didn't have an option in the video to stitch it, but I recorded it and I was going to go back and try to stitch them together. I tried to do the wall sit. I did not make a full minute.
That's okay. 10 seconds. 10 seconds is all, 10, 15, 20 seconds is all it takes. It's like I tell everybody, we've got these challenges in there. I never call mine a challenge. I always call it motivation. And a lot of people you'll see in there are the movement motivation challenge, but mine never say challenge. It just says movement motivation. I don't want challenge to be incorporated with me. I want it to be,
Right.
if you can only do 10 jumping jacks, do 10.
That's a great point.
If you can only do 5 minutes on the treadmill, do 5 minutes. If you can only do a couple squats, do a couple squats. Even though I do it, I'll post what I did for the day, but I always make something else and say, just move, just move. I don't want people to think, make the bed, do the dishes, dance while you're doing the dishes, do the laundry. It's all good.
I wanted to ask, when you post that, you've done all of that in one day?
Yes.
Like the 2-mile jog and everything on that one list. Oh my gosh.
I get up at 2:30 in the morning. I go to the gym. I get my workout in before I go to work. I'm to work by 5, 6 o'clock.
Wow.
So by 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning, I usually have my 10,000 steps
Wow.
and my 2 jugs of water done by 10 o'clock in the morning. And then I fast from 6 p.m. to 10 a.m. And then I have my bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios and my little glass of orange juice. And then I, have my lunch. But I get home and I have a gym basically here. So if I get bored, I do my stair stepper, or I'm actually I've never had a butt. So I'm trying to build a butt. So I've been getting on the stair stepper a lot.
I've seen people accomplish that. I don't know how they're doing it, but I've seen people do it.
Yeah, so I'm trying it. I went and got the Maroc stepper and I'm doing it. And I'm like, I'm going to have a butt. If I'm 70, I'm going to have a butt.
Awesome. I love it. You're going to have the strongest 70-year-old butt. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's so great. I can't thank you enough for sharing your story. It's so, and the fact that you were giving the insulin injections to your grandma at the age of 6 blows my mind. It sounds like you've had a really intense story. Like you have experienced so much, and it has made you into the most phenomenal human being with the most beautiful soul.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry for everything you've had to go through, and I'm so grateful that you are the person that you are.
Well, thank you very much. And I am so glad that I found you as well.
This story is incredible. People are going to love it.
Okay. You have a great night, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Dana. You're the best. I'll see you later.
Okay, we'll see you around TikTok. All right.
Bye.
Bye.